Luskin, your take on Madoff. Did he have any market impact, stocks, whatever?
Well, yeah, I think there are two areas of impact. One, this is like the last thing we needed. We're in a crisis of confidence where you can't trust anything. The whole problem here is that securities got too complex and too opaque, and you can't trust any numbers from anybody. Now, this guy comes along who's been a pillar of the Wall Street community for 25 years, and turns out that everything he does has been a complete lie from beginning to end. So, another blow to confidence. But specifically, a lot of his money was placed by these so-called funds of funds firms, where they went to institutions and wealthy individuals and got them to invest in a whole variety of hedge funds, the good, the bad, and the ugly. This blow-up is going to destroy, deservedly, the credibility of the funds of funds industry, and its clients are going to pull their money from the funds of funds industry, which means that not only are they going to pull their money from Madoff, what money is left, but also from the other 50 hedge funds that fund-to-fund manager had them in. So we're going to see in the first quarter all kinds of unnecessary liquidations triggered by this. Is it the end of the world? No, but it's the last thing we need.
All right, had a presidential campaign that was anti-rich people. Now it's the rich people who got screwed by one of their pals Madoff, but that probably will open the door.
Yeah, so let's put some honest politicians in charge, like Blagojevich or whatever that jerk's name in Illinois.
That's just what we need. He could be a visionary selling Senate seats. We need an eBay auction.
The Fed funds rate is relevant in one way now that it hasn't been before historically. The Fed now pays interest on excess reserves, and that interest rate is tied directly to the Fed funds rate. Right now, interest on excess reserves is at the 1% Fed funds rate. And there's no place else in the marketplace where you can earn 1% on overnight money. So the Fed is accumulating enormous excess reserves. As fast as it prints money with its left hand, that money just comes back to it to pay 1% interest to its right hand. So it needs to lower the Fed funds rate in order to lower the interest rate that it pays on reserves. Otherwise, it's going to be living in a self-created liquidity trap.
Vince Luskin, easy money from the Fed, short-term credit market thaw, bullish prescription, or no?
Well, absolutely it is, if you just consider the alternative. What if the Fed wasn't doing this? Then we'd be having a tsunami of deflation that would be a repeat of the terrible vicious circle dynamic that we had that turned the recession of 1930 into the depression of the 1930s. We must not go there. The Fed is forestalling that. Be patient, everybody. It's going to flow into the stock market, but it's an absolutely necessary base-building, floor-building, fire-break-creating process that is saving this economy from absolute disaster. So in that sense, you bet it's bullish.
All right, so